Hello, it's me, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Mark Roden, and in today's video, we're going to be going over the top 14 best cars for under $3,000. For the West Coast, that's right, buddy. I'm in the East Coast, so every single one of my videos that I always do are East Coast prices. And so I see a lot of people in my comments being like, that's nice, but in California, we can't afford those cars. So I actually put my location when making this video to San Diego, California, the very west of the coasts, and went on Facebook Marketplace and looked up some of the cars I use in my videos. And I'm happy to inform you that a lot of the cars I use in my videos are still cheap over there. Sure, there are some exceptions because you guys can drive rear-wheel drive cars year-round over down there. Some of the PNC, what is it? Pacific Northwest, PNW. The PNW guys, they can't drive rear-wheel drive all the way around, all year round, obviously, but most of these cars are the same as my other videos. But either way, I decided to give it a shot, see if you try to help you West Coast guys out. And maybe if this goes well, we could do some for like the UK or something, you know, try and do some really out there videos for people that aren't where I'm from, so that you guys can get an idea. Also, song of the day, since this is a West Coast video, we had to go with a West Coast band, and it's Shoreline Mafia, Wings. I love this song. It's a rap song, so if you don't like rap songs, don't listen to it, but I love it. It's great. It gets you hyped up. It makes me, whenever I'm driving, I am street racing when I'm listening to this song. I'm doing illegal activities when I'm listening to this song in Mexico obviously, but I'm doing it. Without further ado, let's go right into the list with number 14. Coming in at numero 14 is the Subaru Forester SF. The SF stands for so freaking, and then that's it. There's nothing else after that. It just stands for so freaking. You get to fill in the blank. It's like one of those, you know, puzzles. I don't know, you fill it in. Either way, the car comes with a 2.5 liter flat four, making 165 horsepower, and it is all-wheel drive. Usually I say, oh, that's good for you people that got the snow, but again, this is West Coast, so most of you guys don't have snow. Again, if you are the PNW people, then you do have snow. But either way, this is always a good option, man. I love the Forester. People always make fun of me because I mention the Forester in almost all my videos. I don't care. Here it is again. Okay? It deserves to be in all my videos. It's a great car for under $3,000. Another great car for under $3,000 is the Volkswagen GTI Mark IV. Honestly, you can find a Mark V GTI under $3K as well, and probably even a Mark III. I didn't look it up, but probably a Mark III GTI. Any GTI for under $3,000 is usually a pretty good deal. Now, obviously, keep in mind that these cars are German and they're turbo motors, 1.8 liter turbocharged inline four, making 170 horsepower going to the front wheels, to be exact. So yes, they're going to have some issues when they're up there in miles, and most of the ones under 3K are going to be up there in miles. Just if you're going to buy one of these, please bring somebody that knows what they're looking at. That's all I gotta say. They're a risk, but if you find a good one, then it's a damn good one. Also, if you are worried about the reliability of the GTI, get a TDI. It's not as fast, but it's significantly more reliable. Coming in at 12th place, let's go, is the Chevy Camaro Z28 4th generation. This is the catfish Camaro. Everybody makes fun of its looks, and it does look ugly. You know, I'm not going to be the first one to lie. It looks ugly. This boy is not a looker. You don't look at this car and fall in love with it, but everything else about it you will fall in love with, okay? Especially if you like racing. It comes with a 5.7 liter V8, making 310 horsepower, and it is rear wheel drive. Woo, baby. Now, 310 horsepower for a car under 3K is really good. Up here in the East Coast, you really can't get that. That's very, very tough to find. Like, you can find a 4th gen Camaro under 3K, but it's usually the V6. Over in the West Coast, you guys are actually luckier in that scenario where you can actually find the V8. So yeah, if you want a fast little drag car, it's got an LS in it, have a blast. Coming in at 11th place, we're going to go back to old reliable. The one, the only, the Volvo 240. The Volvo 240 has always been just there, you know? It's always just there for you. If you don't have any other car out there that you can buy and you're just like, what can I buy that's reliable, safe, good on gas? What can I do here? Volvo 240. Here you are. It comes with a 2.3 liter inline four, making 114 horsepower, and it is rear wheel drive. I also have a little inkling out there thinking that the Volvo 240 is going to fly up in price pretty soon. I don't know, just something about it tells me that these cars are going to start getting some love more, and they already kind of have started to raise in price a little bit. I mean, they're not like overpriced at this point, but they have raised a little bit. So I definitely, if you buy one of these as a little investment, dude, there you go. And it's going to last for as long as you want it to last for. But coming in at 10th place is a car I've talked about 5 million times. I mean, all these cars are kind of cars that I've talked about 5 million times. And the reason why is because we're pretty much just try and prove to people that you can find the same cars I talk about in my videos over in the West Coast. It's the BMW 325i E36. Now that's a little weird because usually I include the 328i E36, but I actually could not find a 328i for under 3K over there. So maybe those are a little bit more expensive, but the 325i is still pretty good. It comes with a 2.5 liter inline six, making 170 horsepower, and it is rear wheel drive. Obviously, everybody here knows that the E36 is one of the best drift platforms out there. If you're into drifting, here you go. If you're into a lot of other stuff, it's still pretty good. Track days, most importantly, like they're really good handling cars. But I wouldn't recommend it if you're like into straight line racing, highway racer speed. It's just not really built for that. Coming in 9th place, however, is going to, if you wanted the GTI that we talked about before, but in a bigger body and for cheaper with less miles because they're more underrated, the Audi A4 B6. That's right, this car is pretty much the exact same thing as the GTI we talked about earlier, except it's in a sedan package. It is a little bit heavier too, so it's a little worse in terms of its performance, but everything else is, in my opinion, better about it. It comes with a 1.8 liter turbocharged inline four, making 170 horsepower, and it's all-wheel drive. Again, same motor, same horsepower as the GTI before, except this is all-wheel drive. If you find the Quattro version, if you don't, it's front-wheel drive, but that's still really good. You know, it's still a really good car. Again, it's a little bit heavier than a GTI. In my opinion, it looks a little bit worse than a GTI. Its performance is a little bit worse, but if you are trying to get like a daily driver, this is going to be the option for you, since the Audi A4 is going to be significantly cheaper for significantly less miles. Coming in at 8th place, buddy, is the one, the only, the Infiniti G35 Coupe. This is another instance where here in the East Coast, we don't get these cars under 3K anymore. The G35 Coupes have absolutely flown up in price. They are ridiculously overpriced over here on the East Coast. But when I was looking at the West Coast, I found a significant number of them for under 3K. And so there you go, partner. They come with a 3.5 liter V6, making 287 horsepower, and it is rear-wheel drive. And if you get the sedan, you could also get an all-wheel drive version, but it's only rear-wheel drive in the coupe. But either way, I've talked about it before. You guys pretty much know the idea. It's a 350Z with 4 seats. That's pretty much what you get out of it. These cars are incredibly popular nowadays. They are flying up in price. If you do buy one, you definitely won't lose money on it. It's just, they are definitely sketchy at this point, though. Everybody that has them drifts them, bangs them into things. Just be careful. 7th place. We're in the VAG family today, ladies and gentlemen. We are in the VAG Boys Club because it's the Volkswagen Jetta Mark VI. The Mark VI Jetta is, in my opinion, one of the most underappreciated, undervalued cars in the world right now. They're built in like, what, 2014, 2015, and they're already sitting under 3K? What? They come with a 2 liter inline four, making 115 horsepower, and it is front wheel drive. That's obviously not fast, but you're not buying a Mark VI Jetta to go fast. You're buying a Mark VI Jetta for like a daily driver. Maybe you can make it look good too, and that's pretty much all you can do with this car. But either way, that's still incredible. You get a pretty decent looking, comfortable, nice, reliable daily driver for less than $3,000 that was made in 2014, 2015. It's a great deal. Now, the reason why it's not higher is because most likely if you're watching this video, you like cars and you want something that's like fun to drive. And I really don't think the Mark VI Jetta is fun to drive, but still, that's a really good deal. Do you know what is fun to drive? Number 6, the Mazda Miata NA. That's right, you can still find an NA Miata for under 3K over on the West Coast, at least in San Diego. I don't think people understand that the prices really aren't that different because it's pretty much literally looking at these cars, they're exactly the same prices as they are over in the East Coast. And everybody's always commenting like, oh no, it's not. They are. They come with a 1.8 liter inline four, making 135 horsepower, and it is rear wheel drive. Now, obviously, everybody knows everything there is to know about the Miata at this point because everybody talks about the Miata. So I'm not going to waste your time about it. It's a damn good car. Buy one if you like to go fast around the corners. Don't buy one if you like to go fast in a straight line. Coming in 5th place, however, is a truck. That's right, a wee little pickup truck, mate. The Ford Ranger. Okay, it's the Ford Ranger. This car, I love it. Everybody loves it. There's millions of them out there, so they're never going to fly up in price. Do not think of these as a good investment because they are a horrible investment. They're just going to sit at the price that they're at. But we love them. They come with a 4 liter V6, making 190 horsepower, and it is 4x4. Obviously, in the West Coast, boys, you don't really have winter that much, so you don't got to worry about that. But at the same time, I mean, dog, you take a Ford Ranger up to the dunes in Nevada. Hello, partner, that would be a fun time. That would be fun as hell. You take your Ford Ranger out to Las Vegas for the weekend with your boys, and then drive off the sand dunes and go kill some scorpions and stuff. That would be fun, man. All right, not the killing the scorpions part because PETA, but still. Coming in 4th place is going to my car, my baby, the Acura Integra LS. That's right. you just aren't finding a GSR under 5K anywhere in the world anymore, sadly, so I just kind of gonna have to settle for the LS. But either way, it's still a really good car. Take it from me, I have one. It's bone stock except for an exhaust, and it's a blast to drive, okay? It comes with a 1.8 liter inline 4, making 140 horsepower, and it is front wheel drive. That is a B series, and as we all know, B series motors are really good for making power. If you want to make this car fast, you very easily can make this car fast. It is front wheel drive, so obviously, you know, you have that little downside of not being rear wheel drive in the West Coast, where you honestly should buy a rear wheel drive car because you can. But it's still such a fun time. You get snappy little cornering. It can be fast in a straight line if you want it to be. In my opinion, it looks really good. It's lightweight. Everything about it is cheap. It's reliable as hell. There's nothing wrong with it. But coming in at third place, the bronze medal of this list is going to the BMW 328i E90. This car is under 3K everywhere, it seems, because it's under 3K over here as well, and I still think it's incredibly underrated. People always want to buy the like E92s because they're the coupe. Sometimes they want to buy an E46, and those are overpriced. The E36, those are overpriced. They maybe even an F30 or something like that, but nobody pays attention to the E90s. Okay, they come with a 3-liter inline 6, making 240 horsepower, and it is rear-wheel drive or all-wheel drive. That's right. You're getting like a 2009, 2010 car made by BMW, so it's got a lot of luxury in it, and it's really cool looking and nice and fun to drive. For less than $3,000 with 240 horsepower, that can be rear-wheel drive, but also can be all-wheel drive if you wanted to with a manual transmission. There's no reason. Why do people not love the E90s? My friend just got an E90 335i. That thing's sick. Why do people not like these cars? Coming in at second place, however, let's say you didn't want the Integra LS because, I don't know, you're boring, and you wanted a different kind of Honda. Well, the Honda Civic 6th generation is still under 3K over on the West Coast, where it's really... It is over here. I was about to say it's not over here, but you can find a 6th gen Civic under 3K over here. It's just kind of tough. But yeah, I was a little bit shocked to see this car under 3K over there. It comes with a 1.6 liter inline 4, making 106 horsepower, and it is front wheel drive. Again, it's a Honda. Yes, 106 horsepower is incredibly slow, bone stock, and you're not finding an SI for under 3K, so you're kind of stuck with this option. But it's a Honda. You can easily get some more power out of the motor, and even if you don't want to, you can very easily swap it with a B series, a K series, or something else to make a lot more power as well. These cars are just plug and go. They're Legos, buddy. Just have a blast. But first place, the best car for under $3,000 on the West Coast, in my opinion, is the Lexus LS400. The reason why I put this first place is because I love the LS400. I've always kind of told people to buy it if they can, but I never put it first because I live in Connecticut, so we have winter, so rear-wheel drive is an issue, and these cars only came in rear-wheel drive. As a matter of fact, they came with a 4-liter V8, making 270 horsepower into rear-wheel drive, and they're heavy little cars. They weigh a lot. So driving a 270 horsepower rear-wheel drive boat in the snow up in Connecticut is probably not the best idea, so I never put it first. But if you're on the West Coast, you don't have the snow. So now, all you get is the good stuff. You get the freaking wonderful rear-wheel drive package of an LS400. You get a 1UZ V8 that's not only incredibly reliable, but pretty good to make power on, and comes with 270 horsepower stock. You get all the luxury of the Lexus LS400, which is insane, by the way. Yes, it's not a manual. It can't come in a manual, but you can swap it. They made tons of little swap kits for 1UZs. It's an amazing option for under 3K for the West Coast people. And again, I know not everybody on the West Coast doesn't have winter. I'm mainly talking about the guys that do. But even if you do have winter, the LS400 is still really a good option. I recommend it in my videos for people on the East Coast, the North, like New England area. And so I'm still going to recommend it to you, even if you live in the PNW or something. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of today's video of the top 14 best cars for under $3,000 in the West Coast. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel for more content just like this. Let me know what other areas of the world I should make videos on like this. I can try to do other countries if you want me to. If you guys want to see like a UK one or like a Canada one or something like that. Obviously, I'm not going to do one that's like a different country because nobody watches my videos if they speak a different language, most likely. So that would kind of be pointless. But yeah, if it's like an English-speaking country that watch my videos, I'll definitely do a country for them. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I keep saying country when I shouldn't be saying country. I'll do a video for them. A video. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it. Das Vidania, and have a nice night.